What if the secret to menopause without misery was what's on our plate? I'm going to walk you through the exact food and nutrition shifts I made 4 years ago that helped me feel like myself again, even in the middle of menopause. These are changes that helped me get back my energy, cleared my brain fog, and left me with zero arthritis pain. And this helped me finally feel in charge of my health again. I'll show you exactly how I did it. What is the carnivore diet? The carnivore diet is where every bite comes from the animal kingdom. It's a way of eating that eliminates all plant food and focuses entirely on nutrient-dense animal products like beef, eggs, butter, fish, and organ meats. And while many people embark on this way of eating to lose weight, for many women over 40, it's not just about weight loss, it's about healing. This way of eating removes common inflammatory triggers like seed oils, sugar, and plant toxins, allowing our bodies to reset, repair, and thrive. This way of eating is satisfying and deeply nourishing, especially for women navigating hormone shifts, fatigue, and stubborn health issues that just won't budge with other diets. How exactly does the carnivore diet affect menopause? Well, animal fats provide the cholesterol our bodies need to make estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Without it, hormones tank, and this brings on the hot flashes, the mood swings, and the fatigue. Carnivore stabilizes blood sugar and tames those wild mood swings. Cravings vanish as hunger hormones reset. And high-quality protein protects our muscles and bones, while removing plant toxins calms inflammation, brain fog, and gut issues. When our gut heals, our hormones can finally work right again. Now let's walk through how to begin, what to eat, what to expect, and how to set yourself up for success. When you're getting started, a solid rule of thumb is to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of your goal body weight. So if your target weight is 150 pounds, you aim for about 150 grams of protein a day. That's around 22 to 25 ounces of meat, depending on the cut. Pair that with about 100 to 150 grams of fat, giving you a nice 1-to-1 ratio by grams, not by calories. And here's a tip, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Do not cut the protein. Your body needs it to build and protect muscles and keep your metabolism strong. If you need to trim anything, start with the added fats like butter or tallow, not your meat portions. For instance, right now I'm aiming for approximately 150 grams of protein and 150 grams or less of fat. If I find myself tired, it's usually because I didn't eat enough fat. In the end, I just want to fuel my body the right way. If you choose to weigh yourself, make sure you weigh yourself first thing in the morning before you eat or drink anything. And don't stop there. Grab a tape measure and track the measurements of your bust, waist, and hips. Why? Because sometimes your body composition changes well before the scale budges. You'll feel the difference in your clothes, your shape, and even in your energy. You'll see this long before you'll see the number. I know that was very true for me. I had to fight not to be discouraged because I wasn't seeing the scale change. And then one day, it started to happen. But honestly, this is about more than weight for me. It's about what my body's made of and how it's healing. Even when I don't lose weight, I'm thankful for how good I feel. Now, before we go any further, if this is already resonating with you, I made a 7-day carnivore starter pack just for women like us. It's free and it's in the description, and it's how you can get started the right way. Cleaning out the temptations. Now, this part can be tough, especially in a shared household, but it's key. I had to start by removing the non-animal foods that trigger cravings. You know the ones. The chips, the sweets, the bread, whatever your personal kryptonite is. Mine happened to be those doggone tortilla chips. I had to be honest with myself. If it's in the house and I'm stressed or tired, I will reach for it. I personally don't buy tortilla chips for the kids anymore. I just can't trust myself around them. Yes, even after doing this for 4 years. Instead, I usually will go to have pork rinds with sour cream and cheese, and that seems to suffice. We also need to stock our carnivore kitchen. I had to bring a lot of the things in that I could eat: ground beef, chuck roast, eggs, butter, pork, chicken thighs, pork rinds. Actually, we have a small homestead and we have dairy goats, meat chickens, egg layers, and pigs. So we have a lot of that here. The only meat we have to buy is beef. But if you choose to do this, I highly recommend buying in bulk and splitting it up or buying meats on sale. There is adaptation time. And that first few weeks, I'll be honest, it was hard. My body was adjusting and I knew I needed to ride it out. So I kept a few quick bites on hand to get me through. As I've mentioned, things like the sliced cheese and the pork rinds, maybe even a little butter bite now and then. I really like those butter bites. It wasn't about grazing on them all day. It was just about keeping me steady while I adapted. My goal was always 2 solid meals a day, and once my body caught up, those little snacks naturally faded out. I eat 2 meals a day in an 8-hour period. I eat until I'm comfortably full, not stuff like Thanksgiving dinner, just satisfied. You know, that point where you look at your plate and you honestly have zero desire to take another bite. That's it. For example, here's what a typical day looked like for me when I already hit my groove. Meal one was 6 or 7 eggs and about 6 slices of bacon and a pat of butter. That gave me around 60 grams of protein and 68 grams of fat. I felt fueled, not heavy or bloated. Then later, meal two was a 10-ounce burger patty, 2 eggs, and another tablespoon of butter. That meal had about 82 grams of protein and 78 grams of fat. Altogether that day, that gave me 142 grams of protein and roughly 146 grams of fat. That was right in my sweet spot of that 130 to 150 grams of protein range. And I didn't feel deprived at all. I actually felt done. And that's the goal. Eat to satiety and let your body tell you when enough is enough. You're going to find the longer you do this, the more you can trust the cues from your own body. Then there's the question of what to drink. When it comes to drinks, water is your best friend. And I just keep it simple: water and sparkling water as much as I want. But no artificial sweeteners. They are inflammatory. Now, if you love coffee like I do, you don't have to give it up. Just clean it up. Drop the sugar and swap out your creamer for a splash of heavy whipping cream. That's what I do, and it still feels like a treat. No juices, no soda, and no plant-based milks. Even the healthy ones are full of sugar and junk your body just doesn't need. Stick to the basics and you'll feel the difference fast. When I first cut out carbs, I won't lie, it hit me hard. I had rashes from oxalate dumping. I felt super tired and even had some leg cramps that woke me up at night. It's totally normal. That's just your body flushing out water, and with it, your electrolytes. What helped me the most was getting ahead of it with good electrolytes, not sports drinks. They're full of sugar and junk. I use Element. Other options are Redmond Relight, and you could even make your own mix with sea salt, potassium, and a little magnesium. Once I started them, the symptoms faded fast. Electrolytes are a game changer first weeks and even the first month, so don't skip them. Good things take work, and at our age, we get that. We've lived long enough to know that real change doesn't happen overnight. That first month, I had cravings for everything but meat. I actually got tired of meat. Totally normal. It eventually did get tasty again. But I kept reminding myself during that tough time, I'm not doing this for short-term comfort. I'm doing it for long-term health and freedom in my body and in my life. What helped me the most was keeping my personal why in front and center. I wasn't just doing this to lose a few pounds, although I wasn't opposed to it either. I wanted energy, clear thinking, and freedom from pain. I wanted my life back. I may be getting older, but I still have dreams and things I want to do. And that's what kept me going. If you are ready to give this a shot, I mentioned earlier that I put together a free 7-day carnivore starter kit to help you get going. And it's linked down in the description. Goes over all of these things in a little more detail. And hey, if this spoke to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a "Go Me" in the comments so I can cheer you on.